Now, we'll take a look at basic security on wood frame doors and wooden doors. Many homes are fitted with this particular lock, the Union 1332 double action lock. A very good lock, retails around €100. In using the lock itself, there are 2 bolts, and it is possible to throw a deadbolt when one shuts the door. However, these do not comply with insurance requirements. One must have a 5-lever deadlock on all entrance doors into your home. There are many grades of mortise lock available in 5-lever. The 5-lever simply means 5 locking plates which hold the bolt of the lock in place. And the number and size and variety of levers available increases the number of key differs that are available. Now, this would be known to many people as the Chubb. This is the Chubb manufactured brand. However, Chubb is no longer a name that you will see on locks. It has been discontinued. The product has not. A major world company, Assa Abloy, now own Yale and Union and Chubb. And the Chubb domestic locking products are now distributed under both Union and Yale names. The product is still exactly the same quality and standard. The Chubb lock gives you a very solid brass bolt that has 2 hardened steel pins to prevent cutting. It has 3 anti-picking devices built into the lock, small hooks on the lever, which in an attempt to pick the lock will actually jam the bolt and hold the levers in a very awkward position, where the pressure will have to be released and start again. Chubb locks are very difficult to pick. That's the type of lock that you should have on your back door, and on your front door, very simply the deadlock, which does not have the lever handle. Another major problem I come across on many occasions is where people have been burgled using both this lock and a Chubb lock, having them fitted onto their doors, but unfortunately not using them when they go out. They fail to turn the key in the door. Now, there is a very serious consequence to that. If your doors are not properly locked, you are not insured. Insurance assessors work for the insurance companies. They are not there to help you overcome the terms of your insurance policy and what is required of you to protect your own property. And if the insurance company can find a way out of paying you, they will take it. So you must protect yourself properly. Rear doors can be supplemented in their locking by simply the addition of lockable bolts. And these lockable bolts, again, were originally Chubb, now sold under the Yale brand, and it's the 8K116. They should be found on a price range in the region of €32 to €35. A very strong 2-inch long steel pin will go down into the floor or up into the head of the door and increase the strength of the locked door considerably. The other weak part we have on a door is people using door chains. This is the ERA brand of chain, but it's identical to the same model of chain sold under Yale brand, and it was also sold under the Chubb brand name. This is an all steel chain. Although it may be silver coloured or brass coloured, the chain itself is all silver. However, this is the last line of defence against a forced entry. If you have unlocked your deadlock, opened your Yale lock and allowing the door to stop on the chain, you are now very, very vulnerable to a forced entry. This is not designed to stop completely a forced entry. It will give you time to get to a phone or hit your emergency alarm. But unfortunately, the whole strength of this depends on 2 screws holding the anchor plate onto the door frame, and totally depends on the strength of the timber that those screws are in. So don't depend on your door chain. If you are not expecting a caller, if the caller is muffled, asking for directions, don't open the door. Leave your Chubb lock locked and ignore the caller. If you're exceptionally worried about it, call the guards. They will respond to a person at the premises or on the premises call. They will respond very, very rapidly. Your deadlock is only effective if you turn the key in it. Now, on this style of lock, which is the mortise lock, it's also advisable for safety to make sure that you do have a key for that lock in a very close proximity to the door on the inside, and it's always there in the case of fire, where you will need to get out of the house quickly. So please consider that in your security planning, and make sure that there is a key for your mortise deadlock readily available at all times, and it's never moved from the position in which it's placed.